Hi everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, Ade, here again. I hope you guys are doing well. If you're a new subscriber or if you're coming here for the first time, my name is Ade and I film about faith, motherhood and lifestyle. And if you're an existing subscriber, I really want to thank you for always coming back. It means the whole world to me, honestly. Thank you so much. Okay, all right, so today's video is, we are still talking about bullying, how you're raising a bully if you're doing all of these things at home as a parent. Okay, so yeah, this is I wouldn't say it's sequel, but if you want, you can go back to, I think, my last two videos where I spoke about this young 12-year-old boy called Sylvester, who was unfortunately beaten to death by his own schoolmates at Darwin College, Lagos, as a result of bullying and all of that. So I actually just sat down and reasoned, and I'm like, okay, why would schoolboys, why would they have the mind to beat their fellow students? And I just realized, or it just came to me, that these guys have probably been bullied themselves, and they are just taking it out on their juniors, causing a ripple effect as such. Okay, so, and I believe that there are some things that parents do at home, knowingly or unknowingly, and some of these things are what is encouraging children to bully others. If this is something you're interested in watching, please do not go anywhere. Sit right there and keep on watching. Welcome back. So one of the ways you are encouraging your child to be a bully as a parent is when you do not treat your domestic staffs with respect, and when you treat them less of a human. Yes, don't forget that your children are always watching. They know what you're doing. They know, they can read your actions. Okay, so don't just have it at the back of your mind that the children, they know a lot, okay, and they learn from you. So when you speak to your domestic staffs in a condescending manner, when you speak to them as if it is not God that created them, when you speak to them as if they just jumped from heaven onto the face of this earth, when you speak to them as if they are nothing, your children are watching, and they are going to do the same to their classmates or to their friends when they get to school. So it is very, very important as parents to make sure you know what you are saying in front of your children. You as a parent, you need to do right by yourself, so that your children don't end up as bullies themselves. So please, if you have domestic staffs that work with you, yes, I know that some of these domestic staffs, they do the most a lot of times. Just know how you caution them. Imagine if these people were your children, how would you caution them? So know how you caution them, know how you speak with them. You can actually speak to somebody and it will enter their hearts, without actually using words that will break them, and without actually treating them as if no, it is not God that created them. Okay, so that is one of the ways you are encouraging your child to be a bully. Another way you are encouraging your child to be a bully is when you mistreat, or you maltreat, or you physically assault, or you emotionally abuse your partner. So take, for instance, there is a mom, there is a dad, and they have children, and you as a dad, you as the big-headed man, you come home and you speak to your wife anyhow, you even go as far as hitting her in front of your children. Guess what your children will do when they get to school? They are going to eat others at the slightest provocation. This is because they learned it from you. And then when you get called that your child has done this and this, you begin to wonder, where did he learn it from? How come my child is this? How come my child is that? Guess what? Your child learned it from you. So please and please make sure, when you are trashing out issues as couples, make sure you are not doing it in front of your children. Make sure you are not emotionally abusing your partner. Make sure you are not physically assaulting your partner. Honestly, there are better ways and there are other ways in which couples can resolve conflict without necessarily going to the extent of eating each other or abusing each other. Again, your children are watching. Now, another way you are encouraging your child to be a bully is when you encourage your kids to fight. So take, for example, your younger son comes to you and say, oh mommy, my old your my elder brother or my older brother has done this to me, and then, oh, you hit your brother, okay, oh yeah, hit him back. Like, I find that absolutely disgusting when you encourage your kids to fight. So your son comes and say, oh, his big sister hit him, and then you call the big sister, oh yeah, younger brother, beat him too, oh yeah, beat him very well, shebi he beat you, oh yeah, bite him back. It makes no sense. Okay, why don't you actually just sit your children down, ask the older one, why did you treat your sister that way, or why did you treat your brother that way? Trust me, he's going to have something to say. Educate them, encourage them to, you know, to apologize to each other, rather than beating is the next thing. Okay, ask them, why did you beat your sister? They are going to have something to say, like I said, you know. So yeah, there are better ways to resolve conflicts between children, between between your kids, rather than asking them to eat each other. Another way you are encouraging your child to be a bully is when you ignore red flags. Whether you like it or not, some children, whether they intentionally or unintentionally, I don't know, they bully others. I'm going to give you an example. So a few days ago, I read something online on Instagram where when a mom came online to say that, oh, her daughter came home and was like this, nobody wants to be my friend, nobody wants to play with me. What came to her mind was, oh, she's been bullied at school, nobody wants to really talk to her or be her friend. So she paid her daughter a surprise visit at school, and then she went on to ask the other kids, oh, who amongst you doesn't want to be my daughter's friend? She mentioned her name, and all of them raised up their hands. And then she asked one of them to say, oh, why don't you want to be, say the name of the child is Olivia, why don't you want to be Olivia's friend? And then the person went ahead to say, oh, because I think she said she doesn't act nicely, or she doesn't say sorry, and even when she says it, she doesn't mean it. So at the end of the day, our own child was even the bully, and she was able to get her daughter to act nicely and apologize, and all that. I also watched on TVC when one of the hosts was actually addressing when she found out her daughter was a bully. She took away her snacks, she took away her drinks. So when it was time for snacks at school, she was actually reading a book, and she even she even said that her daughter had a clique, and like, if you don't do what she says, she's going to remove you out of that clique. A typical bullying situation, and that's an intentional parent making sure she handled that situation as it should be. So when you ignore certain red flags in your child, you are encouraging them to be a bully. Take for example, they are not sharing, or they are eating their younger ones, or they are doing certain things, and you can actually see and know by yourself that these are traits of bullying, and you are not doing anything about it, and then you leave them. They will become cyber bullies and overly aggressive at the slightest provocation. So when you ignore certain red flags and you don't do anything about it, then you are encouraging your child to be a bully. Another way you're encouraging your child to be a bully is when you don't listen. Trust me, children have a lot of things to tell you. Yes, you're tired, you've gone to work, you've hustled, you really want to rest, you really don't want to listen to your toddler or preschooler that wants to just ramble on and on and on, and then you shove them up. Trust me, what happens is that they go on to be bullies themselves. So take for instance, your child is being bullied at school, and then you are ignoring signs. Your child's performance is dropping. They really don't want to go to school. When it's time to go to school, they are forming, or I have headache, or I have a running stomach, and you are not really listening to them. So like I said, these are signs of bullying, and you are not listening to all of those, or you are not watching all of those outcomes that they are portraying, and you are just you just really want to push them. Just go to school, just go to school, I have to go to work, you just go to school. You are not listening to them. What happens is that at the end of the day, they become bullies themselves, and that just has a ripple effect, and it just keeps going on and on and on and on. So when you don't take out time to listen to your children, definitely they are going to harbor some things or hide some things from you, and at the end of the day, they begin to be bullies themselves. So yeah, make sure, please take out time to listen to your children, take out time to take them out, take out time to actually sit with them and ask not just you sit them down and ask, oh, how was your day, and that's it. No, it goes beyond that. Okay, so please just try your best, because try your best to be an intentional. Another way you are encouraging your child to be a bully is by teasing them. Yes, I know that teasing is how do I put it? Okay, you know what, I actually wrote down the meaning of teasing. I'm going to read it out to you. And teasing says to tease means to make fun of, disturb, or annoy by persistent, irritating, or provoking, especially in a petty or mischievous way. So when you feel like, oh, I was just teasing you, or I'm just teasing my child, and you know that they don't receive it as teasing, or you know that or maybe you tease your child that, oh, your hair is actually very short, oh, see your short hair, blah blah blah, and you make such funny comments in your own opinion, and you see that your child is actually crying because of you teasing them or teasing her or him, and you keep on doing it, they are going to go to school and tease other kids. Okay, so for example, look at this. If you watch that video where I spoke about Sylvester's case of bullying, I also mentioned a 10-year-old black autistic girl in the US that was bullied at a school and ended up taking her own life. She was probably teased at school as well. Oh, you stank, or you stink, or oh, look at your hair, or look at this, look at that. Little things like that. See, I see teasing as, when you're saying you're teasing somebody, make sure that they are receiving it as teasing. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. You just make sure that they are not going to the corner of their rooms and crying, or looking at themselves, or looking down at themselves. What all of this bring about is low self-confidence. Okay, when you feel like you're teasing your child, or you're teasing somebody and they are not happy about it, please stop it. I feel like it is another form of bullying, and trust me, they will go ahead, they will go to their school and tease other children as well. Yeah, so that's gonna be the end of this video. As a parent, as a caregiver, as a guardian, if you are doing all of these things, you are raising a bully. Please and please, we do not want another bully out there. There is already so much going on out there. There are children that have taken their own lives, they've committed suicide. There are children that have died. There are children that have been damaged because of bullying. Please be very, very intentional about not raising a bully. I really do hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you have found it informative, if you have found it enlightening, please comment, like, and subscribe. Definitely also share. I will see you in my next video. I remain Ade. Continue to stay safe, stay blessed, and stay in God. I will see you in my next one. God loves you, and I love you too. Bye.